Kingdom Come Deliverance is brimming with incredible details and a treasure trove of Easter eggs. Whether you were drawn to the game for its branching story or its immersive open world, the real highlight for many of us were the small details tucked away within its 15th century Bohemian setting. Nearly 7 years since its release, I believe many of you are already familiar with it. We've all dug up a grave to find the remains of a wizard riding a broomstick while clutching a golden snitch, or strolled through the woods to discover a skeletal hand with metal claws buried in a small rock cairn. But beyond these iconic Easter eggs, there are still some secrets deserving of more recognition. So grab your sword, saddle up, and let's explore the forgotten gems of this medieval masterpiece. Every once in a while, you'll receive a friendly reminder that a tournament is being held in Rattay. Think of Gladiator, but on a much smaller scale, minus the roaring crowds, extravagant battles, and intense drama. Instead, it's more like a bunch of rookies with swords, trying to stay upright while a few locals watch from the sidelines. The night before the competition, as soon as the clock strikes 8, you can find your competitors sleeping soundly in the gardens of the upper castle of Rattay, completely unaware of the impending chaos. If you manage to stealthily sneak past the guards and knock them out, you can steal their armor and sell it for some extra groschen. And while you're making money on the side, the next day, your opponents will have to face you, naked. Well, almost. It's a hilarious twist to the tournament. Just remember, don't raise any alarms, or the whole event might get cancelled, and you'll miss out on your chance for some slapstick comedy. Speaking of unexpected outcomes, let's talk about the game's secret ending. What's an RPG without a tumultuous and abrupt conclusion? The kind that leaves you staring at the screen, questioning every choice you've made, and wondering if that was really how it was supposed to go. Well, Kingdom Come Deliverance delivers just that, and you can trigger it right at the beginning of the game. During the prologue, when you're free to roam around Skalitz as Henry, all you need to do is land yourself in jail. To accomplish this, you can steal, pick a fight, or commit the ultimate crime, roaming around at night without a torch. Unfortunately, waiting until sunset isn't an option, so you'll need to opt for one of the first two choices. Once Henry finds himself behind bars, watch what happens next.
Henry! Where are you, Henry? Dear Lord, please let him be safe.
Hey! I'm over here! What the hell's going on? Let me out! For the love of God, let me out!
The inevitable happens. The Cumans attack Skalitz, a canon event that cannot be escaped. As the castle burns, so does poor Henry, bringing his story to a fiery and hilariously abrupt end. The hallmark of an engaging and immersive game lies in its surroundings and how it dynamically responds to your actions. A living, reactive world not only draws you in but also makes your choices feel more impactful, creating a truly memorable experience. Kingdom Come Deliverance achieves this by including one very important aspect of any historical setting: gossip. In this game, your greatest legacy might not be your heroic deeds, but the villagers endlessly debating whether you're a noble hero or the local cabbage thief. Steal a horse? Everyone knows by morning. Loot a shop? The tavern's buzzing with speculation. Win a fistfight? Congratulations, you're now a wanted murderer. Henry's reputation becomes his double-edged sword. A low reputation means merchants are less likely to trade or haggle with you,
This is a waste of time.
while guards will stop and search you at the slightest provocation. On the flip side, a high reputation opens up new quests and dialogue options, proving that sometimes being the good guy really does pay off, at least when people aren't too busy whispering about your latest blunder. Now onto our next secret, unlocked by following a series of connected side quests that lead to one of the most prized items in Kingdom Come Deliverance. It all begins in Sassau, where Henry encounters his mischievous friends Matthew and Fritz, who, against all odds, have survived the attack on Skalitz. Relocating to a new town hasn't been easy for them. They're struggling to find work and ask for Henry's help. What starts as a friendly favor spirals into one of the game's most rewarding side quests. Henry lands them a job at the mill, but as it turns out, old habits die hard. When Henry checks on them a few days later, he finds himself in a scuffle with a guy named Thomas, who has been harassing them at work. After dealing with him, Henry discovers that his friends are once again up to no good. They rope him into working with a man named Andrew, who tasks Henry with crafting a disguise to resemble a Cuman soldier. Once that's complete, Andrew informs Henry of a thief wandering the ruins of burned Skalitz, looting whatever remains. This quest takes you to the charcoal burners, and here's where things get interesting. When one of the burners is successfully intimidated, he hands over a peculiar ring. A ring that cannot be looted from his corpse nor pickpocketed under any circumstances. The payoff? This ring, boasting incredible stats like 0 visibility and noise, is made for those who prefer to play stealthily. It's no secret that Kingdom Come Deliverance is heavily influenced by real parts of Europe, specifically regions that are now part of the Czech Republic. One fascinating historical element tied to the game is a linear formation of land that once existed in central Bohemia, which many archaeologists believe was an early medieval trade route. According to local folklore, however, this trench-like formation wasn't simply a man-made passage, but was carved by the devil himself in a fit of rage, earning it the name Devil's Furrow. You can find it in the game by visiting this location on the map. These strong connections to historical Bohemia don't end there. The developers have also skillfully woven real-world fantastical elements into the game, drawing from the myths and folklore of the region. One such tale is Otesanek, a Czech fairy tale about a constantly hungry living log of wood. The tale begins with a childless couple's desperate desire for a baby, that one day the husband finds a log strangely resembling a baby and brings it home. To their surprise, the log magically comes to life and begins demanding food. Overjoyed to finally have a child, the couple overlooks its insatiable appetite, until they can no longer keep up. As the log's hunger grows, it begins consuming everything and everyone around it, including the couple themselves. The carnage only ends when an old lady intervenes, ripping the log open to free all the devoured beings trapped inside. In the game, you can find this legendary log at this location on the map. Luckily, it's dead, so you won't need to worry about becoming its next snack. Although, if it starts looking at you funny, maybe it's time to fast travel out of there. There are a lot of weird things in the game, but nothing quite as bizarre as finding a dead horse inside a bird's nest. What kind of bird would prey on horses? And not just any bird, but one capable enough to carry an entire horse's carcass back to its nest. Could it be some giant mythical bird? Maybe an eagle the size of a large dragon? Or perhaps a strange undiscovered species of bird with a penchant for the unsettling and bizarre? Well, I'll leave that to the historians, but you can find this mysterious nest near a cliff at this spot on the map. Oh, and did I mention that you also get the only horse headgear in the base game from this spot? That's right. Forget the fancy helmets for your character, it's your steed that gets the royal treatment. While strolling through the Rattay woods, you might stumble upon a strangely ominous cabin labeled as an accident, tucked away in a sea of trees. Its eerie silence and foreboding presence are enough to make even the bravest adventurer think twice. But if curiosity gets the better of you and you decide to peek inside, prepare yourself for a truly chilling discovery. The first thing to greet you is a blood-smeared floor and the lifeless body of a woman, with clear signs of a struggle etched into the scene. The atmosphere grows heavier as you ascend to the second floor, and there you find another body alongside the tools of a twisted trade. But the most unsettling detail of all? A book resting ominously nearby, its title sending a shiver down your spine. The Joy of Gutting. Who knew serial killers existed in the 15th century? Apparently they had hobbies too. So, if you're feeling brave, or just enjoy terrifying yourself, I double dare you to visit this place at night. Just don't forget your torch, and maybe your fastest horse. If you have a penchant for the unexpected and shocking, there's a minor yet chilling detail in Kingdom Come Deliverance that might add a haunting flavor to your medieval outings. This one's easy to miss, but unforgettable once you find it. Hidden in plain sight, just like the baker in Rattay, you'll need to sneak into his home, which conveniently doubles as the second floor of his bakery. Make your way to the attic and you'll stumble upon something truly bizarre, a chained skeleton. It's unsettling, to say the least, and it might make you think twice about eating his pies. Now let's switch gears to one of the game's funniest moments. Surprisingly, it also happens to be its most pious. While visiting the monastery in Sassau, you might overhear a prayer that feels oddly familiar. The chances of experiencing this gem are fairly low unless you visit the church during the In the Cloister quest. Keep your ears peeled for the monks chanting Lorem Ipsum, a placeholder text commonly used by designers.
Lorem Ipsum, Dolor sit amet, consectetur ad ipis ingeri.
Either the monks are moonlighting as graphic designers, or someone got a little too creative while writing the game's scripts. And there you have it. Just a glimpse of the fascinating, hilarious, and sometimes downright bizarre world of Kingdom Come Deliverance. If you enjoyed this journey through the game's lesser-known details, let me know in the comments below. And with the sequel on the horizon, who's excited to see what new mysteries, Easter eggs, and medieval oddities Warhorse Studios will weave into the next chapter? If you'd like me to dive into the sequel once it's out, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts. Until next time, happy exploring.